There's a kind of love that doesn't always shout. It doesn't always wear itself on the sleeve or announce itself in grand declarations. Sometimes, the most profound love is quiet, careful, and deliberate. It is the love of someone who fears vulnerability, yet chooses connection anyway. It is the love of someone who has learned the value of intimacy not through words, but through actions, through presence, and through the courage to be truly seen. Tonight, I want to take you inside that private world, the hidden ways an avoidant person shows they are deeply, irrevocably in love. You may have thought they were distant, detached, or uninterested, but behind closed doors, their heart speaks a language far more powerful than words, a language of care, commitment, and unwavering attention. Emotional vulnerability is perhaps the most profound and revealing aspect of an avoidant person when they are truly in love. Normally, avoidant individuals are known for their emotional distance, their tendency to maintain independence, and their instinct to protect themselves from potential hurt. They often appear composed, controlled, and self-sufficient, giving the impression that they are unaffected by emotional turbulence. Yet, when they are deeply in love, all of these defenses begin to soften, and a level of openness emerges that few ever witness. In the privacy of an intimate setting, they allow themselves to feel and express emotions they would normally guard jealously, showing the depth of their attachment and care. This vulnerability is not casual or fleeting. It is deliberate and significant, reflecting a conscious decision to trust someone with parts of themselves that they usually keep hidden. It is a rare gift, a glimpse into the tender inner workings of their heart, and it often manifests in subtle, nuanced ways. One of the first indicators of this vulnerability is the way they make themselves available emotionally. While in everyday life, an avoidant person might keep conversations light, avoid personal topics, or deflect questions about feelings, in intimate moments they engage differently. They share fragments of their inner world, express fears, hopes, or insecurities, and allow themselves to be seen in ways that are raw and unguarded. These revelations are not always dramatic or verbal. Sometimes it is in a quiet gaze, a hesitant touch, or a slight pause that reveals the depth of their emotional investment. They are conscious of the risk involved in being exposed emotionally, yet the desire to connect outweighs the instinct to withdraw. The intensity of this vulnerability is often heightened because avoidant individuals are not accustomed to such openness. For someone who has trained themselves to rely on independence, showing emotion is a profound act of courage. Every tender gesture, every moment of silent attentiveness reflects a willingness to step outside their comfort zone and risk being hurt in order to deepen the bond. It is a form of love that is both fragile and immensely powerful because it is not taken lightly. Avoidants who are deeply in love often display this vulnerability through consistency and presence. Rather than being fleeting, it becomes a sustained effort to be emotionally available, demonstrating care and connection through both small gestures and intentional attention. They may initiate closeness despite discomfort, respond thoughtfully to emotional cues, or allow themselves to be moved by shared intimacy in ways that are genuine and unforced. This emotional vulnerability also often carries an undercurrent of tension, as they navigate the fear of losing themselves while being fully present for someone else. It is a delicate balance between maintaining their sense of self and opening themselves to profound connection. Emotional vulnerability for an avoidant in love is an unspoken declaration. It is the recognition that love requires exposure, that true intimacy demands the risk of being seen fully, and that their affection is so strong that they are willing to momentarily lower their defenses. In these moments, the avoidant's true emotional capacity is revealed. It is a quiet but unmistakable signal that their love is real, measured not by grand declarations, but by the courage it takes to reveal themselves to another person. Through this vulnerability, they communicate trust, devotion, and an unparalleled depth of feeling, allowing the person they love to witness a part of them that is rarely, if ever, offered to the outside world. Focused intimacy is one of the most telling signs that an avoidant person is deeply in love, and it manifests in ways that are both subtle and profound. Avoidant individuals are often characterized by their emotional distance and desire for personal space, which can make their affection seem hard to gauge in everyday life. Yet when they genuinely care for someone, especially in an intimate setting, a shift occurs that is immediately noticeable. The usually detached demeanor softens, and a heightened attentiveness emerges, reflecting a desire to connect in a deeply personal and meaningful way. This focused intimacy is less about physical actions alone and more about the mental and emotional presence they bring into the moment. For someone who generally struggles with closeness, being fully attentive is a conscious effort, demonstrating the importance they place on the relationship and the trust they feel. Unlike casual interactions where avoidant individuals may drift in and out of engagement, in moments of focused intimacy, they are intensely present, both with their partner and with themselves. Every touch, glance, and movement is deliberate, calibrated not for ego or self-interest, but for connection. Their attention is unwavering, and this intentionality communicates care, respect, and deep investment. In these moments, avoidant partners often pay careful attention to the subtleties of their partner's responses. They observe small cues, changes in breathing, slight shifts in expression, and gestures that indicate comfort or discomfort, and they adjust accordingly. This sensitivity is not innate. It is a learned effort that reflects the priority they place on the emotional experience of the person they love. The deliberate nature of their attention also extends to physical closeness. They do not rush or act impulsively. Instead, they move with intention, ensuring that each gesture, whether a gentle caress, a lingering touch, or a shared embrace, creates a sense of safety and connection. The deliberate pacing and consideration are hallmarks of their love, revealing a side that is rarely visible outside intimate moments. Focused intimacy also includes emotional synchronization. Avoidant individuals, who might typically avoid deep emotional engagement, strive to align with their partner's emotional state when they are in love. They mirror feelings, respond empathetically, and demonstrate an effort to understand and honor the emotions of the other person. This synchronization requires vulnerability, awareness, and concentration, which makes it a powerful indicator of their commitment and affection. Additionally, their focus often transcends physical intimacy to include a desire for shared presence. They linger, maintain eye contact, and engage in unspoken communication that fosters a sense of unity and connection. In doing so, they break away from the habitual distance that usually defines their interactions, revealing that their love is not superficial or fleeting, but rooted in deep care. The focused attention also demonstrates respect for the emotional and physical boundaries of their partner. Avoidants in love are conscious of not overwhelming or smothering. They carefully balance engagement with space, creating an environment in which intimacy can flourish without fear or pressure. Through this focus, they communicate love through action rather than words, showing that their emotions are genuine even if they are not verbally expressed. Ultimately, focused intimacy reflects the avoidant's willingness to invest fully in a relationship, to set aside habitual self-protection, and to enter a shared space of vulnerability, attention, and care. It is a quiet yet profound testament to the depth of their love and the lengths they are willing to go to nurture connection, trust, and closeness, revealing a side of themselves that few ever get to witness. Nonverbal communication is one of the most profound ways an avoidant person expresses love when they are deeply attached, and it often speaks more loudly than words ever could. People who exhibit avoidant tendencies are generally cautious about verbal expression, especially when it comes to emotions, because words can feel risky, binding, or exposing. They often fear being vulnerable or misunderstood, which leads them to rely on actions, gestures, and subtle behaviors to convey their feelings. In intimate moments, this reliance on nonverbal communication becomes amplified, allowing them to express depth, care, and devotion without having to articulate it. Every glance, every touch, and every small movement becomes a channel through which love is silently but powerfully communicated. One of the most significant aspects of this nonverbal expression is the intensity of eye contact. Avoidants, who may normally avoid prolonged gazes in casual interactions, often hold a soft yet deliberate gaze during intimate moments with someone they love. This eye contact is not just visual attention, it is a window into their emotional state, a way of signaling presence, focus, and emotional investment. Through it, they convey trust, desire, and an unspoken acknowledgement of closeness, allowing their partner to feel seen and valued in ways words might fail to capture. Touch, too, becomes a crucial language for them. They may use gentle, lingering touches, careful caresses, or subtle gestures that communicate attentiveness and consideration. These touches are purposeful, aiming to connect and reassure rather than merely fulfill physical desire. The way they position themselves, the way their hands move, the way they respond to a partner's cues, all form a nuanced dialogue that transcends verbal communication. This nonverbal language often extends to body positioning and physical closeness. Avoidants in love might find themselves naturally leaning in, mirroring their partner's movements, or adjusting their posture to create a sense of shared space and unity. This is not accidental. It is an unconscious yet deliberate attempt to bridge distance and foster intimacy without having to articulate feelings they might find difficult to express. Subtle facial expressions also play a critical role. Micro-expressions such as soft smiles, relaxed features, or gentle nods convey approval, comfort, and emotional resonance. In many ways, these expressions communicate more honesty than spoken words because they are less filtered and harder to control. Additionally, nonverbal communication for an avoidant in love is often paired with attuned responsiveness. They notice the smallest cues from their partner, such as changes in breathing, slight movements, or tension, and they respond in ways that create reassurance and comfort. This attentiveness is a quiet yet profound form of love, demonstrating that their emotions are present and that they are engaged in a deeply personal, reciprocal interaction. Their nonverbal behaviors also carry an element of protection and care. For instance, a hand placed over a partner's, a subtle guiding touch, or even a pause to check in through gesture reflects their concern for safety and emotional well-being. In this way, they communicate commitment and devotion without relying on verbal affirmations, which may feel uncomfortable or unnatural for them. Nonverbal communication, therefore, becomes the primary medium through which an avoidant person demonstrates the depth of their love. It is deliberate yet instinctive, subtle yet powerful, allowing them to convey vulnerability, presence, and emotional connection in a manner that is authentic to their personality. Through these silent, meaningful gestures, they reveal an intimacy that is often hidden from the outside world, providing a profound and unspoken testament to the care, attention, and love they feel for someone they are deeply attached to. The protective instinct of an avoidant person when they are deeply in love is one of the most profound yet often understated expressions of their affection, revealing layers of care and attentiveness that go far beyond surface-level intimacy. While avoidant individuals are usually associated with emotional distance and a desire for independence, love has a transformative effect on their behavior in private moments, prompting them to exhibit a strong sense of responsibility and consideration toward their partner. This instinct is not simply about physical protection. It encompasses emotional, psychological, and even subtle relational safeguarding, reflecting a desire to create a space where their partner feels secure, valued, and understood. Avoidants are naturally cautious and careful, and when they love someone, this caution is redirected toward ensuring comfort and minimizing potential discomfort for the person they care about. Their protective behavior is often revealed through attentiveness to their partner's needs, both obvious and nuanced. They notice small signs of unease, hesitation, or vulnerability, and they respond with thoughtfulness and care, often without verbal acknowledgement. This can include gentle adjustments in physical closeness, timing, or intensity to match their partner's comfort level, or subtle gestures that demonstrate they are attuned to their partner's emotional state. For someone who is normally reserved, this conscious effort to prioritize another person's comfort is a clear manifestation of love. Another aspect of this protective instinct is the deliberate creation of a safe emotional environment. Avoidants are keenly aware of the fragility of emotional exposure, both in themselves and in others. When they are in love, they actively seek to reduce the risks of emotional discomfort for their partner, whether by avoiding judgment, providing reassuring touches, or maintaining a steady, calm presence during moments of vulnerability. This allows their partner to fully relax into intimacy, knowing that they are being respected and cared for on multiple levels. Physical protection is also an expression of this instinct. In intimate moments, avoidants often move in ways that ensure their partner feels comfortable, secure, and supported. Their gestures are deliberate, whether it is guiding movements gently, offering a supportive embrace, or adjusting their positioning to make their partner feel safe and respected. This protective behavior is never about control. It is rooted in love and the desire to enhance the shared experience, ensuring that their partner's well-being is prioritized alongside their own desires. Emotional containment is another key feature. Avoidant individuals often absorb tension or unease to shield their partner from stress or discomfort. They may mask their own anxieties to maintain calm, offering reassurance through presence rather than words, and creating a buffer that allows intimacy to unfold without fear or distraction. This containment is a subtle but powerful form of love, reflecting a deep commitment to safeguarding the emotional space shared with their partner. Furthermore, the protective instinct extends beyond immediate moments of intimacy into the broader context of the relationship. Avoidants in love often show care by anticipating potential challenges, adjusting their behavior, and remaining attuned to patterns that could cause discomfort or strain. This foresight is a quiet but meaningful expression of devotion, highlighting their willingness to invest energy into the partner's well-being without needing recognition. Ultimately, the protective instinct of a deeply loving avoidant is a complex and multifaceted expression of affection. It blends attentiveness, empathy, physical care, emotional containment, and proactive consideration, revealing a depth of feeling that words alone cannot capture. In these moments, their love becomes tangible through actions that prioritize safety, comfort, and emotional security, creating an intimate space where connection can thrive and where their commitment is demonstrated not through declarations, but through the profound and consistent care they offer. Commitment through actions is one of the clearest indicators that an avoidant person is deeply in love, and it is expressed in ways that often speak louder than words ever could. Avoidants are typically characterized by their emotional reserve, independence, and reluctance to verbalize feelings, which can sometimes make their dedication difficult to perceive. Yet, when they are genuinely attached to someone, Their commitment manifests consistently and intentionally through the way they behave, the choices they make, and the effort they put into sustaining connection. Unlike verbal assurances, which may feel uncomfortable or unnatural to them, actions become the primary medium through which they communicate their devotion. One of the most noticeable aspects of this commitment is reliability. Avoidants in love often make themselves present in tangible ways, showing up when it matters and being consistent in their engagement. While they might struggle with expressing emotions through words, they demonstrate dependability through presence, attentiveness, and responsiveness. This consistency is not obligatory. It reflects a conscious choice to prioritize the person they love, signaling that their feelings are genuine and enduring. Thoughtfulness in small acts is another key feature. Avoidants often express love through intentional behaviors that reflect careful consideration of their partner's needs and desires. These gestures may seem subtle: a quiet preparation, an attentive touch, a mindful pause to ensure comfort, but they carry profound meaning. Each action is a way of saying, without words, that they are invested, that they notice, and that they care deeply about the other person's experience. This level of attentiveness requires awareness and effort, highlighting the depth of their emotional engagement. Commitment through actions also extends to the management of intimacy itself. Avoidants in love are conscious of the balance between closeness and space, and their behaviors reflect a careful orchestration designed to nurture connection without overwhelming. They remain present and engaged in ways that allow their partner to feel valued and secure, demonstrating that their affection is steady and intentional. Their actions often mirror the emotional rhythm of their partner, providing reassurance and alignment that reinforces trust and mutual understanding. Beyond individual interactions, commitment through actions is also evident in the broader patterns of the relationship. Avoidants who are deeply in love invest energy in maintaining connection over time, not just in isolated moments of passion or attention. They anticipate needs, adjust behaviors, and offer support consistently, showing that their dedication is not fleeting or superficial. This long-term attentiveness is a critical reflection of their love, indicating that they are willing to work quietly and persistently to sustain intimacy. Another important dimension is the integration of care and respect. Avoidants in love demonstrate commitment by honoring boundaries, respecting autonomy, and navigating intimacy with sensitivity. Their actions are guided by consideration for their partner's comfort and emotional state, reinforcing the idea that love is not merely about desire or convenience, but about genuine investment and mutual well-being. Even in situations of conflict or tension, their commitment is revealed through efforts to repair, understand, and maintain connection rather than withdrawing entirely. This shows that their dedication is rooted in more than immediate gratification. It is embedded in the desire to cultivate lasting and meaningful closeness. Ultimately, commitment through actions for an avoidant in love is a profound form of communication that transcends words. It is demonstrated in consistency, attentiveness, thoughtful gestures, emotional alignment, and the persistent effort to nurture and protect the bond. Their love is proven through these tangible, deliberate, and continuous behaviors, reflecting a depth of feeling that is often hidden behind the surface of independence and emotional reserve. Through their actions, they provide a living testament to the seriousness and sincerity of their attachment, revealing that true commitment is measured not by what is said, but by what is done. Aftercare and presence are often overlooked aspects of love, yet they reveal one of the deepest and most meaningful ways an avoidant person expresses attachment when they are truly in love. While avoidants are typically known for maintaining emotional distance, seeking independence, and avoiding vulnerability, their behavior in private moments of intimacy tells a very different story. In these moments, They demonstrate a conscious effort to remain emotionally present and to provide reassurance and comfort long after the physical or immediate interaction has ended. Aftercare is not simply about performing a ritual or following a social expectation. It is a genuine reflection of the depth of their commitment, showing that they care about their partner's emotional and psychological well-being, not just the momentary closeness. Avoidants in love understand the importance of lingering presence, of being attuned to the emotional shifts that occur during intimacy, and of offering subtle yet consistent signals that they are there, that they are invested, and that the connection is meaningful. This presence is often quiet, understated, and expressed through actions rather than words. It might be as simple as a gentle touch, a soft gaze, or a careful adjustment to ensure their partner is comfortable and at ease. These gestures carry profound weight because they communicate attention, care, and emotional responsiveness, bridging the gap between the avoidant's usual reserve and the partner's need for connection. Another important dimension of aftercare is emotional attunement. Avoidants in love often demonstrate a heightened sensitivity to their partner's post-intimacy state, recognizing subtle signs of discomfort, anxiety, or uncertainty. They respond with reassurance, patience, and gentleness, creating a space where their partner feels seen, valued, and supported. This attentiveness is significant because avoidants are naturally inclined to protect themselves from emotional intensity. Yet when in love, they willingly extend that protective awareness towards someone else, placing the partner's emotional safety above their own habitual need for distance. Presence also includes consistency over time, not just in isolated moments. Avoidants who are deeply attached make a conscious effort to remain available and engaged even after the immediate intimacy has ended. They check in, maintain connection through touch, words, or shared quiet moments, and demonstrate that their affection is enduring and reliable. This continuity of care is a tangible signal that their love is genuine and that the relationship is a priority. Additionally, their aftercare often involves subtle acts of nurturing that might go unnoticed by others, but are deeply meaningful to the partner. These could include thoughtful gestures, small acts of consideration, or simply being physically close without pressing for conversation or explanation. Each act reinforces the idea that they are emotionally present and that their attachment is not fleeting or superficial. This sustained presence also fosters trust, allowing the partner to relax fully into intimacy, knowing that they are supported and that the avoidance love is steady and unwavering. In many ways, aftercare and presence are the culmination of all the other behaviors discussed in intimate love: vulnerability, focused attention, nonverbal communication, protective instincts, and commitment through action. Aftercare ties these elements together by emphasizing that love is not just about the act itself, but about the ongoing emotional connection and responsibility one feels toward the person they care about. For an avoidant, demonstrating aftercare is a conscious choice to step beyond personal comfort and to invest emotionally, offering reassurance, closeness, and care in ways that solidify trust and deepen intimacy. Through these subtle, consistent, and intentional behaviors, the avoidant partner communicates that their love is not temporary or superficial, but enduring, attentive, and profoundly genuine. Love like this is rare, and it is precious. It is not measured in declarations or public displays, but in the courage to be vulnerable, the focus to truly connect, the subtle gestures that communicate more than words ever could, and the consistent actions that prove devotion. It is protective, intentional, and enduring, revealing a depth of feeling that transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Understanding this kind of love teaches us that true intimacy is not about perfection or endless expressions. It is about presence, attentiveness, and the willingness to show up fully for another person, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. When we recognize these signs, when we see the quiet acts, the lingering touch, the careful attention, we realize that love is not always loud. It is often the subtle, consistent, and intentional ways someone chooses to be with us that show their heart most clearly. It is in these moments that trust is built, bonds are strengthened, and the kind of love that lasts a lifetime quietly blooms.